protein in your diet after you work out. The protein's got to be there to build muscle. So I hate seeing you guys work this hard and not have that protein there to actually build the muscle. You have to have the carbohydrate in there so that your body can use the protein for building muscle. Because if you need calories, your body's going to use that protein for calories over building muscle. So make sure that you have that protein in your diet after you exercise so that you can actually get the full benefit of the weightlifting while you're here. Because that surely would be the easiest part of your morning routine is eating a sandwich or drinking a Gatorade shake after this compared to what you're having to do in here. So don't let that derail your fitness just by not planning on having something to eat. If you are trying to get a little bit leaner, think about packing a sandwich and bringing it in here. If a lot of times when you drink a shake or something, your body still wants to eat something. So think about what your fitness goals are. If you want to drink the Gatorade shake, that's got the right amount of protein. But if you tend to like to eat something, think about bringing a sandwich in here on the way. So, but the main thing I want to talk to you about is dehydration. We've been weighing some people and seeing how much you sweat. Some people have lost up to 2 pounds on a morning workout when the temperature is a lot cooler than it's going to be when you're actually competing. So when you lose 2 pounds, that's 32 ounces of water that you've lost. So you have to be able to get that back into your body. Your muscles are like 70% water, so even a little bit of dehydration is going to really decrease your strength. So you have to be able to find ways to stay hydrated while you're practicing and while you're competing. Being hydrated is going to keep you cooler while you're competing. It's going to promote circulation because your blood is more fluid. It's not going to be as thick. It dilutes lactic acid in your body, so you're not going to have that lactic acid build up as much if you were dehydrated. And it helps you get the carbohydrate into your muscles so that you can produce energy and make it to the end of the workout. So we're going to talk about our strategies for staying hydrated. So 2 to 3 hours before exercise, you need to drink 2 to 3 cups of water. That gives you enough time to get it through your system and pee it out so that you don't have to run off and pee in the middle of your workout. It doesn't really matter what the liquid is. In fact, if you're coming here in the morning and you have to eat breakfast, drink a cup of juice at home. So it's going to get some carbohydrate into your body and help you get through the workout. If you drink coffee, and you have a cup of coffee, coffee does make you need to pee a little bit more, but the studies show that you're not going to pee out more than you took in. So it does make you have the urge to pee, but it doesn't make you pee out more than you actually affect your body. So if you're a coffee drinker, like I am, moderation, but it's not going to dehydrate you to have it. It does have fluid in it. So while you're exercising, you need to try to get about 1 cup of water in about every 15 minutes. But you don't have to gulp down a cup of water. Just, between sets, just take a big swig of water out of the Gatorade bottles. That's really all you have to do. You shoot for a cup every 15 minutes, so that would be about 8 gulps. And after you exercise, you need to drink 3 cups of water for every pound you lose. So if you come in here, I've had somebody come in here today and they were 2 pounds lighter than they were yesterday. But to lose weight, you have to burn 3,500 calories to lose a pound of fat. 3,500. Running for an hour with 8-minute miles, you burn about 900 calories. So it's really hard to lose 2 pounds overnight of fat. So you know that that's going to be a lot of fluid loss. So if you're weighing a couple of pounds lighter the day after, or within 2 days, you need to really start trying to increase your fluid intake a little bit more when you get in here and throughout the day. A good way to tell in the morning is your pee needs to be straw colored. It's like a Mountain Dew, you're really dehydrated. So you need to just look in the toilet after you pee in the morning. Check out your pee. It's really bright yellow. Drink some water before you come in here. One study showed that just sleeping, you lose about 3 ounces of water every hour while you're sleeping. So you go to bed at night, you don't drink anything for 10 hours, and your chance you're going to be dehydrated a little bit when you get up in the morning. So plan that so that your workouts are going to be a little bit easier if you just get hydrated. So, segue right into my alcohol talk, since it's the 4th of July. Alcohol is a big contributor to dehydration for athletes. You really notice on the commercials for beer, when they're celebrating, it's always after they've done something really great. They're not drinking before they win the championship. They're drinking after. So I want to tell you how alcohol affects athletic competition. 2 consecutive nights of heavy drinking can affect a person's athletic performance for up to 5 days. Does anybody know what is considered heavy drinking for a woman?
3 drinks.
2 drinks a day is considered heavy drinking. So moderate drinking, the kind that has health benefits for a woman, is 1 beer, 4 ounces of wine, or a shot of liquor. So that's considered moderate drinking for an adult woman. So even just a little bit of drinking, a couple of beers a day, can affect your performance. Calories are in alcohol, even though it's technically a carbohydrate. Your body processes alcohol calories as fat. So it's not stored as carbohydrate. Drinking it's not going to build up your carbohydrate stores in your body. So it's metabolized more like a fat. It decreases human growth secretion. One study found that if you have alcohol in your system, your human growth secretion is decreased by 70% as long as you have alcohol in your system. So if you're trying to heal from an injury, if you're trying to build muscle, and you're drinking, you're just making it a lot harder on yourself because the human growth hormone that you secrete naturally and mostly when you sleep is going to be diminished by a whole lot. And it interferes with sleep. And there's been a lot of studies now on athletic performance and sleep. So a lot of people, when they have alcohol, they can go to sleep really easily, but they don't get into that deep sleep where you wake up 2 or 3 hours later after you've slept for 2 or 3 hours. So it really interferes with your ability to get a good night's sleep. It increases the time that it takes to heal from an injury. So if you are trying to get over something right now, an injury that you have, there's no room for you to have any alcohol in your diet right now. And it increases your ability to make glucose from fat. So people who are trying to, when you're exercising for long periods of time, your body eventually is going to try to break down some of your fat stores to use for energy. And having alcohol in your system is going to increase your body's ability to do that. It also makes it harder for your body to take the glucose that's in your body and turn it into energy because alcohol inhibits the absorption of certain minerals that you need for metabolism. So having alcohol in your body right now at this point in your training is really going to hamper any gains that you're trying to make. There's just really no place for it right now. I know you're all young and you think, I'm young, but if you're going to be young, you get out of college too. So you have to figure out that your goals right now, what are your goals? Use that to do what's best for your team and for you. So decide what you guys find is important and don't get into peer pressure. And if you're somebody that can kind of recover from a wild night and you're maybe drinking with a teammate who doesn't recover quite as well, that hurts your overall team too. So really think about the goals that you have for yourself and for your team as you go into this kind of college thing. Is there any questions about hydration or anything? Alcohol? That's all.
Guys, like she said, it is a holiday weekend, so make sure you're taking care of yourself and not doing the wrong things with your bodies, all right? Make sure you're hydrating with water, Gatorade, those types of fluids. And then if you guys have any questions, right, she's here as a resource every morning, every day. Okay, so if you're having problems just with your nutrition or you're gaining some weight and you don't know why, or you're losing weight and you don't know why, ask her. She's here for you, right? Make sure you're utilizing her as a resource. That's what she comes every day.